Oh yes, everybody, today's episode is all about whether our summer work was fruitful for this team. Today's episode will see the first ever games in the Football League for Kings Lynn Town, and those two matches are coming up now. Or they will once I've cleared up a couple of admin items. Firstly, thank you all so much for the support that you have been giving this channel and this series so far. It has truly been fun to not only record but also playing through this series as well. It's been a challenge, but it's one that I've embraced and completely enjoyed up to this point, and long may that continue, and I certainly hope that you will continue to enjoy it as well. So make sure, in celebration of us reaching the Football League and playing our first games in the league today, make sure that you're hitting the like button down below and smashing the big red subscribe button for the upcoming season and seasons ahead in this series. And with that being said, let's just have a quick summary of what has gone on at Kings Lynn Town this summer, because we have made a bunch of signings, not as many as I would like, in all fairness. We've only made about 10 signings, which isn't too bad, as that includes in last season as well, but for some reason we can't view those. But we've also released a bunch of players as well who were part of the National League promotion squad. Most notably, the likes of Sam Ling, who was our captain. I mean, where's he actually gone to? He's still a free agent. Poor guy. If he doesn't find a club, I might bring him back on trial, just see if he helps out around here. Jack Lambert, who we couldn't agree on a new contract with. It's a shame that he ended up leaving. Kevin Burko, who barely played for us. Cargbo, Omateo. A shame that Omateo has gone. He's still a free agent as well. But yeah, after he fell out with me, actually, to be specific, last season, I don't think there's any chance of him coming back. And also, was anyone else noteworthy? Walter Nutter, who barely ever played, and just a bunch of youngsters, to be honest with you, which means we just had a half clearing of the decks from last season and brought in a bunch of new players, of course. I would advise, though, I'm not going to go through every single player. I'd advise, if you haven't seen it, go back to the last episode, which was on Monday. That will go through all the players that we have brought in over the summer period. But this is going to be the 11 that we're going to go out for the first ever game in League 2 for this club. So it's going to be Woody Williamson in goal, a loanee goalkeeper from Ipswich Town in the Premier League. He's going to be starting in goal. He is actually on... Where's did I find it? He is a first choice goalkeeper. I don't know where to find it on these screens. There's just too many screens to look around. But we've brought him in on loan from Ipswich. He will be starting the game today because he is the first choice. Him and Wooster are going to be competing for that number 1 spot this season. It's going to be Smith in at left back. O'Shane Smith on loan from Brentford. Physically, exactly what I need from a left back. Crossing could be better, but I'm sure that will improve over time. He's only 18 years old. He's never played a senior game, so he'll make his debut today. Caden Hughes alongside Doherty at centre-back. Caden Hughes, another signing that we made throughout the summer. Comes in from Fleetwood. He has played at League 1 and League 2 level before. In fact, was it League 2, League 1 level? Yeah, he's played at both, so he should have a decent knowledge of what happens at this level. Doherty, who is starting alongside Hughes. Noah Freeman is at right back, on loan from League 1 Peterborough. He has played at League 1 and League 2. No, just League 1 before. Not very well, but hopefully he'll find his feet at this level. He's had a good pre-season so far. Bauman is in midfield alongside O'Brien Whitmarsh, the Irish midfielder, or attacking midfielder, or defensive midfielder, which is quite handy for all 3 tactics I have loaded up. The star signing of the summer, really. The fact that we got him in after leaving Southampton is quite the coup. He does come in on the highest wages this club's probably ever seen, £3,500 a week. Brown and Richards on the wings, just like last season. Joe Palmer in attacking midfield, the 18-year-old Italian, a bit of culture into this squad. He comes in from Leicester City, already good enough for League 2 level, with potential to be League 1. Alright, I thought he was a bit higher than that, but never mind. He starts at attacking midfield with the man himself, Carl Daly. Now he is a full-fledged adult, actually, at 18 years old. we've witnessed Carl Daly go from being a boy to a man in very short order because he broke into the squad last season. He's now leading the line in League 2. And he is certainly good enough as well to lead in League 2 with potential to be a championship player in the future. So he's hoping we see a continuation of that development here today. We do actually have quite a few injuries. Last episode I mentioned Carbon, Shepherd and Goff all got injured. Shepherd hurts the most because he's out for another 2 months. Absolutely brutal. Carbon's out. Oh, he's out for another 1 to 4 days, so we should see him in the next match. Don Roy Barty is also injured now. He's out for another 2 weeks. And Goff has another 3 to 7 weeks out as well, which is a bit of a shame. And I've not given these guys any shirt numbers, apparently. No one has number 13. I hate the number 13 in my match squads. That's never happening. But the first 2 games that we have today, first up, Doncaster. But we need to get some results today. Oh, look at the graphics. Oh, EFL graphics. Oh, magnifique. Look at that. Kings Lynn fans could never dream of this. So they probably are dreaming of it. Maybe one day it could happen. I mean, where are they? National League North, Tier 7 now? I actually don't know which league they are in real life. I should probably keep up with that. But being in League 2, this is a dream that all Swindon Town fans would probably have for one day for it to happen. And like I said, it could. Alright, let's get ourselves into this game. Because as I was saying before, I was distracted by all the pretty little graphics on the screen. We do need to get results out of these 2 games today, or at least out of one of them, because Doncaster are predicted to finish near the bottom of League 2, whereas we're predicted to finish mid-table, 13th, around there, and Swindon are predicted to finish around where we are as well. So if we can get 2 results from today's games, I will be very, very happy, because that means we've recruited well in the summer. But at the same time, I do know that we need to let these players sort of bed in a little bit as well. I mean, how many new players do we have in the starting 11? Williamson, Freeman, Hughes, Smith. That's 4 of the back 5. Oh, and look at that. I'm talking about all the new players coming in. And it's Nathaniel Jr. Brown, who was with us last season in our National League winning year, who puts us ahead. Richards plays the ball back to Freeman after the throw-in. And it's actually Freeman who gets the assist. So already, Freeman making a difference from right back, picking up where Sam Ling left off last season. And it is 1-0 Kings Lynn Town. After nearly half an hour, actually. I didn't even realise the match was going that quick. So, Williamson, Freeman, Hughes, Smith, O'Brien, Whitmarsh, and Palmer. That's 6 of the starting 11 that have completely changed. And then you've got Daly on his own up front. He's been playing as part of a front 2 from last season. But now, I think for only the second time, I've actually got a formation where I'm only playing with 1 striker. But then the big difference with our wingers, Richards and Brown are both playing as inside forwards. So they're both going to cut inside, or the aim is for them to cut inside, just like Brown is here. And Brown scores his 2nd goal of the season, and it's only the opening game. Him as an inside forward, yeah, it's definitely worked wonders for him. Exactly as what I was describing. Brown cuts inside, places the ball beyond the keeper, bit close to the keeper, but he couldn't save it clearly, so whatever. And that's exactly what I want to see my wingers doing. I want to see Richards doing that on the other side as well. So they are both aimed to cut inside, provide goal scoring threats alongside Carl Daly as well. So, and with Palmer supporting in attacking midfield to play the ball out wide or through to Daly himself. Was that a save? I'm going to assume that was a save by Williamson, so well done to him. He's had a decent start to the game though, 7.0, and we've had a very good first half there. 2-0 up at half time. Keep it up, lads, keep it up. I'd love to win our first ever game in the Football League. That would be a dream start. And it would also ring true for me saying that we needed to get results, at least 1 result from today's episode. Right, Bauman just sits on the ball, takes his time. There is Richards cutting inside as well there, and Carl Daly, the boy wonder himself, has got his first ever EFL goal, And it is Richards cutting inside there. Both our wingers doing exactly what I want them to do. Richards getting the ball. Lovely ball over the top by Freeman. Deflection off the keeper. Carl Daly won't care. That is as simple of a goal that he is going to get. It's as easy as a goal that he's going to get. But come on, he's Carl Daly. This is the sort of thing he does. He places the ball in the back of the net and he just makes us all look at him and go, that's a youth team player from Swindon Town doing this in the Football League. I honestly did not have this on my bingo card at all for throughout this series. I think it's the first time in all the history of this series, I think that's the first time I've had a youth team player break through from a non-league club, or at least any club, before I get to like the top level of any country that I've been in. That includes England, Wales, France and Scotland, I believe. So that's quite a few countries so far where we've actually been and not had many youth team players break through. I've just realised it's 85 minutes gone. Goodness me. Lavinia is going to come on. Give Freeman a bit of a break. Smith is going to go off for, you know what, Pratt, you can go on. Then again, Doherty has played there a few times, so Doherty can play at left back. It's not his best position, but there we go. Williams is going to go on for... You can go on for Palmer and then just swap him and O'Brien round, because O'Brien can also play in attacking midfield. I love that. A variety of positions for everybody. So that's 3 substitutions. We have 2 more. Pitts is going to go... Actually, hang on. Do we have anyone for Richards? Ah, yes. Iro. I'm going to say Iro because Iro just sounds a little bit weird. He will go on for... Who's he going on for? Nathaniel Brown. And Pitts can go on for Daly. So we're literally making all 5 substitutions at once. I would have made them a lot earlier, but I'm just ranting. I'm just talking here about the team, waxing lyrical about a lot of players, especially some of our new ones. Oh, what a hit that was. Whitmarsh into Evo. Oh, Evo! I thought he got his first goal for the club, and he'd literally been on what, 2 minutes? That would have been very impressive, as the time is just wearing down. 3 minutes of injury time, but we have picked up our first 3 points of the season away at Doncaster Rovers. That was very impressive. Long-standing EFL team, and we've just come along and ripped them apart. I hope it just means I hope it doesn't just mean that Doncaster is just terrible, that we are actually the real deal. So let's go and find out against Swindon if we are indeed the real deal. Second match of the episode, and there's only just been one change to the starting 11. Temir Weka is coming in. It's been a while since we've seen this guy. He was unhappy with me last season. He's leaving north-south. Now that I've just seen that again, I'm probably better off putting George Pratt in. I mean, at least Pratt's, he looks a bit better. He's a bit slow, but he's a decent League 2 level player. Maybe if he doesn't work out, then we bring a Weka on during the match. He is still listed, by the way, for transfer. But that's because he's coming in, by the way, because... Where is he? Doherty is injured. Yep, he got himself injured, unfortunately. He's only out for a few days, but he is going to be missing this match. So I'll have him back for the next match. Hopefully you'll see him back for the next episode. Bit of a shame, but never mind. He is the only change to the starting 11. And we've got one player back from injury as well. Jaden Carbon. He's been out for the last 2 or 3 weeks. But he is going to be fit enough for our bench, which is very, very handy. Another player coming back. I could do with an entirely full squad of players available at this point, because I've just had a look at the fixture schedule. We've got 9 games this month. 9 games. Utterly horrendous. That doesn't even include our first ever game in the League Cup as well, the first round. Which, ironically, I think that's also against Doncaster, if I remember correctly. So that's going to be very interesting. As Palmer... What the heck just happened there? I saw the ball go over the top and I thought the keeper was going to get to it, but then I just saw Palmer getting onto the end of it and he just sticks it away first time. Oh my goodness. Well, almost first time. He took that down beautifully and puts it past the keeper at the near post. That's an awful goal for Swindon to concede. I do not care. And it's 1-0 after just 14 seconds. Wow, okay. Palmer's first goal for the club, and I think that might be his first ever senior goal. The man with Italian class, providing a bit of class with that touch as well. Palmer, there he is again. Starting like a man possessed in this one. Smith on the other side. Plays it in. Richards. What the heck? Plays it back in. And Nathaniel Junior Brown, his third goal in 2 games. This is delightful football from the lads. Oh my goodness. The 4-2-3-1 reaping serious benefits. The keeper jumped so high for that and couldn't reach it. Brown just nods it into the back of the net. And it is 2-0 Kingsland Town after 12 minutes. What a start. My goodness, we've taken this league by storm, as Brown almost getting on the end of that again. Unfortunately, it is a counter-attack by Swindon here. They get into our box, and that is the first goal we've conceded this season. My goodness, this game has just started on a whirlwind. 3 goals inside the first 16 minutes. Let's just have a look at it defensively here. I mean, I think we just sat a bit too deep there, lads, didn't we? You were all practically in front of our own goalkeeper. Williamson, I'm not going to put that down to him. He could barely see the ball. But Williamson, delightful distribution over. And look how many players have got forward. Richards, it's played through, and he bags his first goal of the season. He's got 2 assists already, so it's only right he finds the back of the net eventually. But what about that for bursting forward? Swindon just caught completely too far high up the pitch. Guessing they're playing a high line, and we've just completely taken advantage of it with our speedy wingers and speedy striker in Carl Daly. He's not slow himself either, by the way, as we have been dominating so far. Certainly in the XG, also shots on target as well. Possession is about equal, but that's actually an improvement for us from last season, where we were literally living off scraps and just taking advantage and trying to keep as many clean sheets as possible, or just trying to keep the amount of goals we conceded down. So, it was too good to be true. No, Daly. Foot injury. That's it. He's going to be out for like 3 months now, isn't he? Oro is going to come on. He wants to be a striker anyway. I guess he's going to get his chance up front now. Let's see what he can do, because if that's another injury, a long-term one as well. Our squad is getting seriously injured. I don't think we've done adequate pre-season training for these lads. I wouldn't mind. I was given the option of 4 weeks or 3 weeks for pre-season. Obviously, I did 4 weeks because pre-season should be at least 4 weeks. But I noticed, and I don't know if anybody else might have found it, there doesn't seem to be an option for more intense or heavy pre-season training like there used to be in the old FMs, because you had low, medium and heavy or equivalent pre-season training, but there doesn't seem to be that option in FM26, which is a bit of a shame. I think that's a missed step, because it's just resulting in a lot of injuries now for these boys. And it's been shown we've had 6 injuries since the beginning of July alone, which is very worrisome. One of them is quite long term. Beautifully headed there. Into Aro. And Aro, he almost bagged his first goal. That was very unlucky. The keeper saved that with the back of his foot. But if Aro shows that he can play up front, then he's going to give Carl Daly a run for his money. And I don't like saying that, because Carl Daly is like one of my favourite... Well, he is probably my most favourite player on this team. Right, substitutions-wise, Zach Bauman... He's having a bit of a quiet game. Seems to be okay though, but we're going to give Williams a chance in midfield. Lavinier is going to come on for Freeman. Freeman is actually having a bit of a poor game today. And tell you what's our wingers looking like? They're looking okay for the moment. So we've still got a couple of substitutions, and I've made them a bit earlier this time, not 5 in one go after like 85 minutes. That was crazy last game. But so heading into the 80th minute, we've actually made a decent amount of substitutions, as I was going to say their keeper's been caught out of position, but Richards is through here. Well, he was through. Oh, turns his defender, and he should have probably squared that for someone instead of trying to chip a goalkeeper. I know the goalkeeper doesn't look that tall, but it just didn't feel like the right move to me, in all fairness. Right, we are going to start wasting some time down, lower the tempo, and time wasting a bit more often. There's 6.5 minutes to go of normal time. Obviously, injury time on top of that. I don't know how bad the injury is. I don't know how bad the injury is to Carl Daly. There is a row. Can he grab his first goal? Oh, he can. He chips the keeper. But this time the keeper was off his line. But what a goal for Ero. And that's his first goal for the club. 4-1. Another fantastic performance by the lads. Great ball over the top. And Swindon yet again caught too high up the field. And their goalkeeper has just not had any luck with the ball in the air, has he? Bless him. Absolutely fine for us. I will absolutely take it. We're still on more often, that's fine. 3 minutes feels like the standard. Do you know what? Not going to make any more substitutions. There's no point with about 2 minutes left. And we're going to take 6 points from the first 2 games this season. And look at that. Top of the league. Stop the count. We're going up to League 1. Absolutely fantastic. Well done to the lads. That has been an excellent start to the season. And hopefully more of that to come this season. But what I am going to do now is I'm going to play through a bunch of games, because 18 games in the first 2 months of this season. It's like being in the National League all over again. Have a look at that. And we do have Doncaster as well in the Carabao Cup first round. We also got the Virtu Trophy. No one cares about that. And then a load of more games in September. We will come back though in September after the transfer window has closed, and we'll go through any more signings that have been made to bolster this squad. But a fantastic start to the season. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, and how could you not? A fantastic first 2 games of the season in League 2 for us. Make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of the season, as well as the rest of the series coming up. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your support on the series so far. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Hi, Post-Edit Craig here, and I completely forgot to check in on Carl Daly's injury and how bad it was. As you can see on the screen, 3 to 6 weeks. Not ideal, but hopefully if Ero does what he did in the second game today, we'll be fine. But that's just a shame for Carl Daly. He started the season so well. But he's hoping he'll be back and much better than he was before.